Hey, what's up MS Tech? It's Brainbean here again, back with another review. Now this time we're taking a look at a gaming laptop. And when we think about gaming laptops, Dell might not necessarily be the first brand that springs to mind, with companies like MSI and Asus kind of dominating the market in recent years. This kind of changed fairly recently, with the Inspiron gaming lineup winning Best Gaming Laptop of CES in 2017. Now they're only getting better with the recent addition of the GTX 1060 cards into the newer lineup, and which just happens to be the computer that I have for you guys in this review. So let's go ahead and just take a look at this computer. The Dell Inspiron Gaming 15 is available in a variety of configurations ranging from $700 all the way up to $1,300 for the most decked out version. The model I have for this review currently goes for $950, which is a pretty good price for a gaming laptop. System specs for this configuration are an i5-7300HQ processor at 2.5 GHz, 8 GB of RAM, 2400 MHz, which is upgradable to 32 gigs, an NVIDIA GTX 1060 6GB GPU, and a single 250 gig SSD with the option to add additional drives down the line. Starting with the overall design of the laptop, the Inspiron Gaming 15 has a matte black finish with red accents that you can see around the laptop, as seen on the Dell logo and around the trackpad. The keyboard also has red backlighting as well, and does include a number pad, and all of these keys are rated to last 10 million keystrokes. The laptop weighs in at just over 5.5 pounds and is an inch thick, so it's not too big and bulky either. Rather than bore you guys to death over all of the specs that you can just read on any products page, I'm going to mainly focus on what you really want to know. How does it perform during real gaming sessions? I tested this laptop while playing Doom, PUBG, and The Witcher 3 over a course of a 4-hour session. Since most gaming laptops are really only designed for play sessions around 2 hours, I wanted to really test how well it would hold up, especially considering how much they boast their thermal management. Some things to consider before getting to the test results: this laptop uses a GTX 1060 Max-Q GPU. It has the same amount of shaders, but it does have a slightly slower clock speed by up to 16% than its desktop counterpart. The Inspiron Gaming 15 has a 1920 by 1080 15-inch IPS display with anti-glare, which is nice when you're using the laptop anywhere with bright lighting, and the display itself does look pretty good. So that being said, we are looking at 1080p. First, I booted up Doom. On max settings, it was averaging 47 FPS. On high settings, I got a little bit better frames out of it with an average of 56 frames, and when using NVIDIA's optimized settings, I achieved 55 to 60 FPS pretty consistently, which is definitely playable, but with a game as optimized as Doom, I honestly kind of hoped for a better experience. Next, I moved on to The Witcher 3. On ultra settings, I was able to get an average in the mid-40s, with significant frame rate drops in certain areas. With NVIDIA's optimized settings, which is a mixture of medium and low, I was able to achieve a rock-solid 60 FPS, which was very playable and actually looked pretty good on that IPS display. Last, I moved on to PUBG, which, as we all know, is poorly optimized, but since it's a game that I would personally take this laptop to a friend's house to play, I just wanted to see how it would do. I chose to go straight for my ideal settings in the game, which is a mixture of ultra, low, and high settings, and I achieved a rock-solid 60 frames no problem, which actually kind of surprised me. Over the course of my testing the Inspiron 15, it did get a little bit warm, but admittedly was nothing like some of the other laptops that I've used in the past. I didn't experience any uncomfortably hot keyboard or anything like that. It is worth mentioning, however, that when the fans kick into high gear, they can get a bit loud. I don't see this bothering anyone that's wearing a headset, for example, and for me personally, I would rather have a gaming laptop that doesn't get super hot, even if it is just a bit noisy. Overall, the thermal management on this laptop is quite good. Quickly, some additional features include front-facing speakers, which really don't get all that loud, and I really do recommend using headphones when you're gaming on this thing. A 720p webcam, a fingerprint reader on the power button for secure login, Thunderbolt 3 for some use with an external dock or display, and a slew of USB ports and an SD card reader. Also, the quick charging battery can be charged from 0 to 80% in an hour, which is pretty cool. Although, if you choose to game on it on the battery, it's pretty much going to drain it equally as fast on full power. For $950, the Inspiron Gaming 15 7000 provided a better gaming experience overall than I would have expected from a sub-$1,000 laptop. I wish that it came with a bit more RAM and storage, and I think you definitely could benefit from upgrading both. But for those of you looking to get just the bare essentials for a mobile gaming experience, then this is a good option. Especially considering GPU prices right now, a regular 1066GB can cost you around $400+. With the mining market killing GPU prices, this is a rare instance where you can get a gaming laptop with similar specs for around the same price as a full desktop. Overall, my experience with the Inspiron Gaming 15700 was a good one, and if you're in the market for an affordable gaming laptop, then this is one that's definitely worth considering. Well, that's it for the review, guys. Let us know in those comments down below what you think about Dell's Inspiron gaming lineup. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more tech videos, of course, you can always subscribe. Now, I just want to take a minute to thank Matt for having me on MS Tech. This is going to be my last review on the channel. Thank you guys so much for all your supportive comments. It's been a blast. And of course, if you'd like to see more from me, you can always check out my channel as well, which is located down in the description below. But that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.